Hello everybody, this is Tim here again for another video. This time just more of a quick video, kind of about like a topic thing that's been going on like lately on YouTube and on Twitter. It's the whole Geeks and Gamers and Zack Snyder thing, which I find kind of funny at the same time. But really, just to jump into this and give my 2 cents on this because, well, I'm a Zack Snyder fan, so yeah, I enjoy his movies and stuff like that. And Zack Snyder's not perfect, just like all people. He's probably said or done something at least once in his life or multiple times, like I have, that's probably been bad or could be seen as bad. Nobody's perfect. As far as like the whole Geeks and Gamers like thing goes, is it really a big deal? No. Do I really care? No. But I thought about making a video about it because I see the topic has been discussed a lot lately. Okay, pretty much you got Geeks and Gamers was going to do like a live stream thing with Zack Snyder. Now, if you don't know who Geeks and Gamers are, they're like a very controversial channel because they're really the guy who like created it, pretty much the brand Geeks and Gamers. The guy's name is Jeremy. He has like his own channel who's called like I believe D-Day Cobra or something like that. He seems like he would be a nice enough guy to know, like in real life, like off of had some of my hair, like off YouTube and all that. He seems like he'd be a nice enough guy to know, but like with his, or he seems like you'd be able to get along with him fine. But as far as like his YouTube videos go, like his content, like most of it on his own channel is like almost completely like 100% like pro-Trump, and like he even makes like statements in some of his videos like overlooking stuff that Trump says or does because he loves Trump so much, and he even calls him the greatest president in his lifetime. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're new to my channel or if you haven't watched any of my videos, I'm not political at all. I have videos making fun of Trump. I have videos making fun of SJW, far-left liberals. I don't like extremists on either side, and I'm not political as a person whatsoever. I don't care about Trump. I don't hate Trump as a person. I don't want to hate anybody, but I don't like him as a president. I think he was bad. In my opinion, you should just do what's right, and that should be the end of it. There doesn't really need to be that much politics in between it. As far as I'm concerned, like the whole political system is just kind of screwed up. But back to the thing, anyway, Trump is obviously a bad president. I know there's people that defend him and stuff like that who are for him, and that's cool if that's what you want to do. But for me personally, he is a bad president, or was a bad president. He's not president anymore. Biden really isn't great either, or even good. Thus far, he's just kind of been okay. He's just kind of there. I need to see more. But like I said, I'm not political, but I still, of course, have my own opinions about who's in office or who isn't, or who's running for office. And Trump was bad as a president. He said way too much stupid crap that just came off like a juvenile, like a small child. Not president material at all. Yeah, he's supposed to have been bringing the country together, but he's really dividing it. And once again, I want to reiterate, if you're a Trump supporter and you watch this video, like, don't take this personally or anything. This is just my views on Trump. You shouldn't really care. Like, if you support Trump, that's your choice, and I support you making your choice. That's whatever you want to do. That's why America's the land of the free. Do whatever the hell you want. But and for me personally, Trump was a bad president. So if you're going to support Trump and you're going to be the face of your brand, which Jeremy is pretty much the face of Geeks and Gamers brand, if you're going to do that, you got to know your channel is going to be controversial because of you. And yeah, Jeremy has stated before that Geeks and Gamers is very like diverse and has all different people, different political spectrums and races and all that. And I don't know, because of course I don't know Geeks and Gamers personally, like all the people that work for him or whatever, and that may be true, but he's the face of the brand, and he's a radical Trump supporter. And most of the people that are faces of the brand, or most of the people that I've seen YouTube videos of who are more like well known as being faces of the brand, are also radical Trump supporters or hardcore Trump supporters, and proud of it. And that's their view. If that's what they want to be, that's fine with me. But at the same time, Trump is a bad president, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinion. So you're going to be controversial by admitting you support Trump automatically, and especially by saying he's the best president of your lifetime. So you're going to be controversial. Now, getting into that, the reason I bring that stuff up is because Zack Snyder chose to be on a live stream for him to raise money for suicide awareness and all that. Now, that's a good thing that they're raising money for like suicide awareness and all that, but that doesn't automatically make them non-controversial. It doesn't take away all the stuff that he has said in his other videos about Trump and all that. He's not suddenly non-controversial because of that. The reason I get into that is because Zack Snyder was on the live stream, and as soon as it started, as soon as he showed up, like after he said a few words, he said, and I would like to say that I'm not affiliated with Geeks and Gamers at all. Like pretty much wanting to say I'm not associated with them, which in itself is not really a bad thing. I mean, like I just said, Geeks and Gamers is controversial, so why would he want to be associated with them? I mean, yeah, they're raising money, that's good. But at the same time, they're still controversial. Why would he want to be his brand associated with them? I mean, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. Um, I've heard from other videos from other people from Geeks and Gamers that they've said that what happened is that like they had talked with Snyder beforehand about how his brand wasn't or how their brand wasn't going to be on the official like merchandise for Zack Snyder's Justice League that they were selling to make money for donations to charity. How their brand wasn't going to be on there, and they told him that before the live stream. And they talked to him about it in messages, and then when he gets on the live stream, the brand name is there. So right off the bat, it makes sense that Snyder would say that, because you right off the bat you went back on your word. And yeah, you can say maybe it was an accident and all that, and honestly maybe it was. It could have been. I have no way to know. There's no way anyone can know except for the people that were responsible for working at Geeks and Gamers. There's no way to know. Unless somebody tells something. But at the same time, if you're going to like have famous directors and actors and stuff like that on your show, and you are controversial, and they ask you for certain perks, and you claim that you're going to do that, you should 100% go through everything with a fine-tooth comb to make sure you're not going back on your word in any way, shape, or form. So right off the bat, if you can't deliver, you're not going to get that many actors or directors or famous people on your show ever if you have mess-ups like this. It's just not going to happen, because if that logo had stayed on there and he had like gotten off the show, people could have been spinning that, whether right or wrongly, other people could have been spinning that as to damage his brand for him being on that show. And right now, actors and directors are trying their best to stay the hell out of controversy and controversial stuff. And who can blame them? But how freaking crazy the political shit is right now. But anyway, so it makes sense why Snyder would say that. But at the same time, I guess the thing with them, or how they reacted, is because right after Snyder said that, like he paused for maybe like 1 second, and he started talking about how Asian hate crimes and stuff like that had been going on, and Justice League is about coming together. I guess they took that, I guess maybe Jeremy took that as like a snub at Geeks and Gamers because they're so controversial. Some people think it was like a hate group channel. I don't think it was like a hate group channel. I don't think they're a hate group. I think they just come off as extremists. And some of the videos that Jeremy makes are really good, and they're about like anti-SJW stuff that I agree with. I don't like SJWs at all. Maybe even less than Trump supporters or extremist Trump supporters. There's plenty of like good normal Trump supporters that can obviously look at flaws that Trump has and be like, well, I still voted for him because of this or whatever. But there's always extremist ones, and Jeremy does come off more like a radical Trump supporter, to be honest. But anyway, so yeah, he does make good content every now and then, but he also makes some stupid statements and stuff like that with Trump and all that about like how anti-feminism and stuff like that is. And feminism is fine, like real feminism is. Like if you really want to be pro-woman, it's when you go radical with it that makes it bad. But it's that way for everything. When you go radical with anything, it becomes horrible because it's in your face and it just becomes friggin' chaotic craziness. But it's just the stuff he says. It makes him seem alt-right is the word, I guess you would say. So right off the bat, he's going to be controversial. So I guess he figures that because Snyder said that, it had to be him as a way of saying, yeah, I'm on this Geeks and Gamers stream, but I really stand for this. But they didn't come out that way at all if you watch the clip, really. Just watching the clip, it really just seems like he wanted to throw out a good message out there because of the recent like Asian hate crimes. Unless Geeks and Gamers has been accused of like hating Asians or something, then it really has nothing to do with him. Or being pro-killing Asians, it really has nothing to do with him. There's no like coincidence, or there's nothing that connects that. I mean, and of course Jeremy said in a stream after that, I believe, that it was just typical virtue signaling. Well, anything is really virtue signaling if you're talking about your anti-hate or anti-hate crimes and all that. That doesn't make it bad. I guess maybe he meant that Snyder was just doing that as like just just like a fake virtue signaling thing. And yeah, you could say that maybe, but there's no way to know. Once again, there's no way to know. And like I said about the whole logo thing, they told Snyder it wouldn't be on there because he didn't want it on there, because that was their agreement, because he didn't want to be affiliated with them because they're controversial. And according to what they said, it was Warner Brothers who didn't want to be affiliated with them because they know they're controversial. So that's the studio Snyder works for with the Snyder Cut. So yeah, obviously it was stupid for the logo to be there. So I perfectly understand where Snyder's coming from. So to me, this is a complete non-issue, and I really don't know why some people have blown it up to be bigger than it is. It really doesn't mean anything. It's just a simple mistake on Geeks and Gamers' part, or they did it on purpose to try to make another follow-up video later in the future where they're like, oh well, we had Snyder on here and he didn't mind having the Geeks and Gamers logo on there. Haha. I mean, it could go either way, but you never know about people really. But Either way, this is really a non-issue. Pretty much the logo was on there when it was supposed to be. Snyder said he was not affiliated with them, which is fine. And then he made a comment about being against Asian hate crimes and it being sad. That's pretty much it. There's really nothing more to this story. It's just kind of been blown up to be bigger than what it is. So yeah, this is pretty much a non-issue for me. I don't really care. But I just thought I'd do a video and talk about it because it seems like thing has been blowed up way bigger than it needs to be. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again.